Guess what? What, you asked me to stay?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm a little bit...
Little what?
Just a little busy.
Little busy so you snap at people?
Said I'm sorry.
Fine, forget it.
It's just this film, it's got me really bugged. It's just so messed up.
Really? You're dying tradition?
Dying. Bhavai isn't dying. Bhavai is already dead. Listen, when I started making this movie, I was doing it primarily so as to preserve Bhavai in its original form, to document it so that people would be able to see it many years from now and still gain an idea of what it was. But I've come to realize that something's lost. The essence of Bhavai is lost.
Oh, what's lost?
Everything. The very purpose of it is finished.
Wait. Can we start from the beginning?
Okay. Bhavai is such a spectacle, you see. The songs, dance, jokes and lights and music, it is so multimedia. A live multimedia experience.
हिंदू कहे कि हम बड़े और मुस्लिम कहे कि हम एक मुंह की दो फाड़ है कौन ज्यादा कौन कम तो बराबर मैदान में निकले वन तो खबर पड़े
It's a dance drama. The actors sing rhyming couplets and they dance along. Their musical instruments are bhungal and tabla. The bhungal is interesting. It comes in pairs, one male and the other female. It sounds a lot like a military instrument and builds up the tempo. Sometimes they also use manjira and damru. And they use torches for lighting. One person always sits near the actors, providing ambient light, while the actors also hold torches for spotlighting their faces.
Cool. Bhavai, huh? The mother of expression. Nice. They look so weird.
Yeah, men always look weird when they try to act feminine.
Telling me these are all men?
All of them. It was an orthodox society, and the Bhavaias, as they were called, went from village to village performing all night long. As a result, they couldn't have women in their troops. That's why men played the roles of women. Believe me, it's a very challenging task. Yet, for the most part, they do it very well.
Challenging? All you need is to paint your face. I can do it in minutes. How difficult is that?
You don't think it's challenging?
It's not.
Okay. I have an idea. You don't think it's challenging, so you shouldn't mind. Here, we've got some coal for the eyes, and a little bit of vermilion for the blush on your cheeks. This is all that they use. Do you want to give it a go? It's not challenging.
You're not serious, are you?
It's not challenging. Go on, try it.
જો આ બોદાનો ખાંગડો કહેવાય બરોબર પછી આને પુરુષો આવે એની ઉપર અમે પાણી રેડીને આને ઘસીએ એટલે એની માલમાં પછી કંકુ નાખીએ ગલાડ નાખીએ ગમે એનાથી અમે ઘસીને આને સડાવ્યા પછી ચાર થાય પછી મોઢે લગાડી બરોબર મોઢે લગાડીને ગમે એ ઓલું કરી અમારે જે પાછું ઓલું આવે ને એ લાલીને બાલીને હોઠે બધું લગાડી દઈએ મસાનજી કાજલ બરોબર અને બુટિયા પહેરી એવી રીતે અમે તૈયાર થઈએ.
હમણાં 30 પાત્ર કરવીને ત્યારે અમે આમ આખું મન જ બદલાઈ જાય, આખો ઉમંગ બીજો આવે અમને કે એવી મોજ આવે કે અમે તો હસી પણ અમને બીજાને હસાવો ગમે. અમે આ 3 વર્ષથી રમી પણ અમને માતાજી ઉપર શ્રદ્ધા.
Is it a religious ceremony, this Bhavai?
No, not really. Not exclusively religious. They perform plays on a variety of different topics, and in Gujarati, each little play is called a vesh. Bhavai always begins with the vesh of Ganpati. As you know, traditionally, praying to Lord Ganesh before starting any task is considered auspicious. But this does not mean Bhavai consists only of religious performances. There are also mythological plays, like the plays based on episodes taken from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. But it seems that these plays are to attract people to come watch Bhavai, because the real motive of Bhavai is to make people critical of the wrong social practices. You know something? If you think about it, Bhavai was actually born as an act of rebellion. Asad Thakur, he was a real genius.
As who?
Asad Thakur, yaar. The guy who invented Bhavai. In the 15th century, in the north of Gujarat, in this little village called Unja, there lived this young girl called Ganga. She was meant to be quite a beauty.
Pretty girl, huh? Do they really exist? I mean, There are exceptions, of course, but
This gorgeous girl Ganga was a farmer's daughter. One day, a Muslim Subedar kidnapped her. Her father, Hemala Patel, didn't know what to do. He asked Asaith Thakkar, the respected Brahmin of Sidhpur, to help him. Asaith was a gentleman, and a clever one at that. He went to the Subedar and told him that Ganga was his own daughter. The Subedar thought highly of Asaith, but he wanted to test if Ganga was really his daughter. So he asked Asaith and Ganga to eat from the same plate. You know, in those times, Brahmins never touched the food given by lower caste people. Yet, Asaith agreed. They had a meal together. And Ganga was released. Yeah, but, you know, the rest of the Brahmin community didn't like what Asaith did at all, even though it was for a noble cause. But Asaith wound up spending the rest of his life as a social outcast.
so he became a rebel and started writing plays, huh?
Yes, but it was more than just plays, you know. He was against all this caste and religion bias. He could have criticized those people openly on the streets, but he knew that it just wouldn't work. Then he thought of dance dramas. He knew the villagers couldn't resist folk music and dance. He, along with his sons, performed in villages. His plays had a strong social message, but the plot was always light, and the language simple, colloquial. Bhavai was also a quick success because it had lots of humor. People loved it. Every play almost always had a buffoon, and he was the one who made most of the critique. As you know, clowns are taken lightly. Nobody ever gets offended by anything they say. Asaith also allowed the audience to participate, which is why the audience surrounds the actors and there is no stage. So these were his chief ingredients: farce, spectacle, and interactivity. And it worked. And you know, the script wasn't really closely adhered to or anything. It kept changing depending on the audience's reactions to it.
Participatory theatre.
Pretty much. And I think that's part of the reason for the success of Bhavai. It was immensely successful as a form of folk theatre, really quickly. It was a theatre of ridicule.
But do you really think that Asaith would have thought of such a thing if he was not excommunicated?
You know, I don't really know about that. Perhaps he would have, but then again, perhaps not. I don't know.
If not Bhavai, somebody else would have thought of something else.
Perhaps, probably.
I'm done.
Nearly. There's a couple of things missing. Wait a minute. You were right. That was fun though, wasn't it? It's not that easy.
ના સ્ત્રી પાત્ર કરવામાં અમને ઘણી બધી તકલીફ પડે. તકલીફ તો ડ્રેસિંગની તકલીફ પડે, ત્યાર પછી એના હાવ ભાવ લેખા કરવા, કેમ કે આડે દીએ લેખા કરીએ ને તો અમને કોઈ પાવૈયો અથવા બોજરાજીનો ભગત કહે, એટલે જેવો પાત્ર હોય ને એવા અમારે એના ઓલા કરવા પડે. અને નવરાત્રિ નજીક આવતી હોય ને ત્યારે અમે કમસે કમ 3-4 મહિના તો કન્ટિન્યુઅસ આમાં ઓલું કરીએ. એમાં અમારે ધંધા રોજગારી ઘણી બધી અટકે. ખરેખર જો આ સંસ્કૃતિને જાળવી રાખવી હોય તો આમાં બધું ખાવું પડે, ગાયું ખાવી પડે, મારે ખાવા પડે. અને એ જો આત્મવિશ્વાસ ઊંચો થઈ જાય પછી જ આમાં કોઈ પણ રીતે આગળ આપણે આવી શકીએ.
You know, there used to be a real purpose to Bhavai. It was used to criticize society. And I really think it can still work. I mean, it still has a role to play. It can be used in villages and places to talk to people about AIDS or communication technology, a number of things. What I don't understand is that no one's bothered writing new plays. After Asad, no one's written new plays for Bhavai. And that's why it's lost its relevance. And that's why I feel the purpose being gone, Bhavai is now dead.
But then, why didn't anybody write new plays?
You know what? I really don't know. I asked around, but no one seems to have any clue. The people belonging to the Targala caste, they are Asad's descendants, are trying to preserve this tradition. So every year, on an auspicious day, they perform. Some feel that it is their duty to do Bhavai to please the gods. So it has become more like a ceremony. It's only a museum art now. Sadly, a few years later, only records of it will remain.
Don't you think a lot has changed over 500 years since this started? Society has changed. The means of social critique have changed. Now who would keep awake all night to watch such a performance? Things were different in the past. There were so few sources of entertainment, and this Bhavai was a popular means of spreading public messages. But now we have lots of other media. They can function as modern Bhavai.
Didn't you want to show me something? When you came in, didn't you want to show me something?
Hey, yeah, right. I designed a mascot for my father's shop.
Let's see.
Hey, wait a minute. I mean, what do you think of these? I mean, the pictures I showed you till now?
They're nice. I mean, they're good.
I mean, no. I mean, the clowns. I mean, what do they do? What's their purpose?
What do the clowns do? They attract customers and perhaps they pass on messages.
Exactly. I mean, isn't it like Bhavai in a way?
Bhavai.
Those street performances, those mascots dancing in front of the shops, aren't they pretty much like the comedians in Bhavai? Attracting the audience so that they can sell either ideas or products?
Come on, yaar. You call this Bhavai?
Just look around you. Bhavai is happening all around. Buffoons sold ideas back in Asad's time. Now they're selling products. And this. What do you think this is? Isn't this a spectacle just like your Bhavai?
कोई तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम. गाओ, मैं साथ में गाऊंगा. 3, 2, 1, hit it rockstar. तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम, अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम.
I think KBC is such a farce.
See? Farce. That's what this is. No different from your ingredients of Bhavai.
आप उनको ध्यान से देखिए मॉडल्स को, आपको देख के डर लगेगा. वो ऐसे आती हैं चल के.
And look, every tradition actually evolves. I mean, it has to match with the changing times.
What do you know about tradition?
ભવાઈમાંથી રામલીલા અને રામલીલામાંથી નાટકનો જન્મ થયો છે અને નાટકના જન્મમાંથી પિક્ચર અને સિરિયલોનો જન્મ થયેલો છે. એટલે મૂળ ભવાઈ, મુખ્ય માતા છે એ ભવાઈ છે અને ભવાઈમાંથી જ આ બધા મનોરંજન પ્રોગ્રામો અને એ થયેલા છે.
No, I do get your point. I see what you're saying. I'm glad at least we have certain elements of Bhavai around us even today.
It's not just the elements, boss. I mean, there are like other media serving the purpose of Bhavai. What? You forgot your favorite cartoonist?
Oh, Alki Lakshman. You're right. You do have a point. I see what you're saying. So I guess social messages, socially relevant messages, do have a way of getting out and reaching the masses in some form.
So what? Are you still sorry for your dying tradition now?